Chapter 3 of Political Treatise by Baruch Spinoza. He also talks to some extent about the concept of reward and punishment. And he says, for the most part, the Commonwealth survives because of the existence of these two. When we do good, we either get rewarded, or when we do bad, let me say this, when we do good, we get rewarded. When we do bad, we get punished. He says, like, these are like the basics of building a commonwealth so that people behave in a way that is beneficial to everyone. That's why we have prisons and what thing, all those. But there's also the benefits of it, the reward of being secure and things like that. But he says there are things that we can't categorize as either reward or punishment, or things that are their action. Let me say they are actions that are not driven, not things, actions that are not driven by either reward or punishment. And there are so many of those. He talks about, let me read this. In the second place, it comes to be considered that subjects are so far dependent not on themselves but on the Commonwealth, so they fear its power or threats, or as they love the civil state. Whence it follows that such things as no one can be induced to do by rewards or threats do not fall within the rights of the Commonwealth. For instance, by reason of his faculty of judgment, it is no man's power to believe. So believe in religion, that is. For by what rewards or threats can a man be brought to believe? That's the world is not greater than his part, and that God does not exist, or that is an infinite being, so that's an example he gives on one of the actions or behaviors of people that are not really driven by reward and punishment. But I think in terms of belief, I don't think it was religion, because if we put religion there, like, it's not religion that he meant in that. Then there is reward in afterlife, of course, when it comes to religion. There is punishment after life in religion. But I guess he's talking about belief in things here. So he does give other things or actions that people engage in that are not really driven by reward and punishment. But the main idea is there is actions, many actions of people within a commonwealth are driven by reward and punishment, but there are also actions that are not really driven by this, that are actions that we cannot attribute to desire for reward or fear of punishment.